Hi, this is my card and a Cuppa Facebook Live on a Friday afternoon. I hope you're all well. The weather's a bit crazy. But anyway, we're having a nice day. I hope you are too. So today I'm going to make a simple card. There's a little bit of embossing with an embossing folder, but that's all because I'm trying to keep them a little bit simpler. And it's using a non-traditional stamp set. So it's one out of the annual catalogue. It's called Friends Are Like Seashells. And I've turned that into a Christmas card. So I will put my phone up into the holder and we'll get started. There we go. I think that's good. I'll just see if I can zoom in a fraction. There we go. Okay, so I'll just find you over on my laptop, so I won't be a minute. This is my card and a cup. Yeah, we know that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Hi Deb, how are you? Okay, so this is the card we're going to make. So it's using a stamp set in the annual catalogue called Friends Are Like Seashells. I can't claim the design of this one. I saw it on Pinterest, but the lady didn't put her name on it, so I don't know who created it. I'm glad you're good, Deb. Did you work today? But I thought it was really cute with seashells, and I thought, seeing that we're in Australia and we don't have snow, although I think it is snowing in some parts of the country with the crazy weather system, I thought I'd do like a beachy, Christmassy, South Pacific card today. So that card I used soft suede and very vanilla, and that looks really nice, and I did it with the gold festive pearls and gold ribbon. I'm going to recreate it using the Starry Sky cardstock and ink. So if you go to your annual catalogue, you will find this stamp set on page 22. So you can see it's got nothing Christmassy about it. I was considering using the Seasons of Chic stamp set, and I think that's page 99. It is. But these seashells were too big, so I couldn't do that. That wasn't going to work with that one. So I thought, okay, what else have we got? We've got Friends Are Like Seashells. So the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set's a photopolymer one. Hi, Joan. And that's really good when you're trying to place your stamps in. You can see through it. So the photopolymer one's perfect for this card. It also has an embossing folder. Oh, that's not too bad a shift, Deb. I guess it's starting to get pretty busy in the supermarkets. So it's also got this really lovely embossing folder. And I think I've got something embossed in here. So I've got a bit of vellum embossed with the embossing folder. So that's the embossing folder. It's really beautiful. And then these are the dies. So the dies are a bit special as in different. You can place it over the embossing folder and cut out certain stamp sets, certain stamped or embossed images. Now my laptop is flicking again. It keeps doing black screenshots. That's not happening on whilst you're watching, is it? Because it was doing it the other night and people said it was okay. Hi Lorraine. So tell me if you're getting like a black flickering with the video, because I'm getting it on my laptop. So I don't know what's causing it. I did run an update, not affecting. Okay, cool. As long as it's not affecting you watching it. Good. I did an update on my laptop the other night, so I thought maybe that was the problem. But that hasn't seemed to fix it. That is really weird. I'm not going to stress if it's not bothering you guys. Okay, so yes, Friends Are Like Seashells have got a beautiful embossing folder, and then in the dies that match the stamp set, this die cuts out the embossing, emboss your cardstock, and then you can run it through this die and it'll cut out the shells and everything. So it's a bit different, but it's not a hybrid embossing folder. You can't put this die into the embossing folder. It won't work. So that's the Friends Are Like Seashells. It's not really a suite. When it first came out, it was a suite, but they're the three products you can get that all coordinate. So I'm just going to use a stamp set today. On this card, I used the Time Worn Type embossing folder on the back matting piece. I thought this time round we'd use the Painted Texture embossing folder. So I shall get rid of this. It's sort of not turning very beachy weather though, is it? I wonder if it'll ever get summer. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got an A5 card base. We've got our matting piece, which is 10 centimetres by 14.4. We've got another piece of Starry Sky, 8 centimetres by 12.4, and then a piece that will go on top of that, and it's 7.5 by 11.9 centimetres. And then I've got a little strip of basic white that's just 1/2 inch wide, because we're going to use one of the banner punches. Sorry about that. So there's no dies used to create the cardstock layers, but you could use your stitched rectangles or anything, but I'm trying to accommodate people who don't have a lot of crafting supplies as yet. So that's that. So we'll put our card base and these two pieces to one side, and I shall get my embossing machine. So if you don't have an embossing machine or cut emboss machine, for your background piece, for this background piece, you could use some designer series paper. That would also work. So you need plate number 1 and plate number 4, and we need our embossing folder. So this is the Painted Texture one. I didn't think the seashell embossing folder would work because you'd be covering too much of it up. So that's why I haven't gone with that. Okay, so it's a 3D embossing folder. Hang on. I don't think it really matters with this embossing folder. And you need plate number 4. And just wind it through. Did anyone take advantage of the free shipping day yesterday? Yeah. Whilst we've still got the last chance list and the clearance rack and everything, free shipping day is always a good day. So that's all we're using the embossing machine for. But as I said, if you don't have a cut emboss machine, you could always use a nice piece of designer series paper. That would work just as well. You did, Leah. Hi, Leah. Hope you got some bargains off the bargain lists. Okay, so that's a really lovely embossing folder. It's one of those ones you could sort of use for anything. In our house at Lisarow, where the kids grew up, we did suede effects on feature walls, and it sort of reminds me of the suede effects painting I did back then. Won't be doing that again. So let me just get a scrap of paper. Oh, look, this is a fresh scrap of paper. That's a bit game, isn't it? And I'm going to get my little piece of white that's, now let me think, it was 7.4 by 11.9. I think that's what it was. And I'll put it away. That was silly. So I've got the stamps that I'm going to be using. So I've got my star, and I'll get Starry Sky down. Now I'm a little bit, hi Cheryl, I'm a little bit anxious using Starry Sky because it's quite an inky ink pad. So I just hope it doesn't go ugly on me. So we're using the star out the star shell out of Friends Are Like Seashells, and we're using this little one. I was going to try that one, but I thought no, I'll go with this one. And we're also going to use the splatter as well. So here we go. Let's hope Starry Sky doesn't let me down. So I'm just going to, I've got some ink on my block, so I'm going to get rid of that to start with. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in the middle of this piece, just eyeballing it. Okay, and then I've got my little shell. So we're just going to ink it up, and I'm just going to twist it and line it up here. And ink it up again. So we're just sort of growing our tree with the little shells. I hope my head's not coming in and bumping. So this is where the photopolymer is really good for this style of card. I hope I've got that centered. Okay, so the next one I'm just going to put in the center here. And I have got some on here again, so I'm going to get rid of that. Just dabbing very gently. So I'm just going to angle this one out. Well, it didn't really angle, but that's okay. And this one. And you know what? If I stuff up, I can turn over and do it again, because that's what I did on this one. Okay, so that's my row of 3 shells. So now I'm going to put my 4th one here. My row of 4, I mean. This one sort of fell off, but that's okay. He's allowed to fall off. Yeah, I haven't centered this very well, have I? No, turn it over and start again. That's what I did last time. Let's try again. Okay. That's the only thing when you're trying to center something. Not sure if I'm doing a great job of this. My sample one came together so well. Anyway, that's okay. Okay, so put that one there. I might do this one here. I think that's probably a better way of doing it. Okay, and then I'll put my 5th row. My rows are going up a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, that didn't stamp so well. I'm just going to bring my head in and try and fix that. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Oh, what is going on? There we go. I think I'm trying to be so careful with my ink pad that it's not working for me. There we go. So this probably won't be such a great card after all. So they're just going to fall off. I don't mind if they're falling off. They can fall off. Oh yeah, I turn card over this all the time. There's 2 sides to every piece of cardstock. And if the second side doesn't work, throw it out and start all over again. Okay, so I'm just going to put my little, I don't know why I think this is sand, but that's what I think it is. It's probably not. So we're just going to do some little splatters. I think that's pretty good. So I shall close this up before any disasters can take place. So I went to the eye specialist this morning, and I really hate going to him. I was only there an hour and a half today, so that was a pretty good one. That was a good one. But yeah, I hate it because they put drops in my eyes that sting, and I do not like it. Okay, so just with your Tombow glue, attach this to your Starry Sky piece, matting piece. Okay, so I'm just going to attach it like so. And I'm just going to be careful just in case any of the ink is still wet, because it's a very juicy pad, ink pad. Okay, so we'll get our Tombow back and we shall put some glue on the back of the embossed cardstock. So yeah, he puts these eye drops in and I don't like them. But anyway, at least my eyes haven't deteriorated and they're going okay, but I've got to stay on the cortisone drops, so that's good. But I tell you what, the eye drops give me a headache, and I come home and I just sat outside in my egg chair for about an hour and a half because I had such a headache and I didn't want to do anything. And I had so much to do, but anyway, that's the way it goes. Okay, so I thought I would do, I'm not sure about this one. This is currant. This is this beautiful mesh ribbon, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, like stand out enough. I do have this smoky slate ribbon, but I'm pretty sure it's retired. Let me have a look in the catalogue. It's like the gold shimmer ribbon. Let's have a little look. Oh no, and it's not smoky slate, it's grey granite. I'll use that. Grey granite shimmer ribbon. I'll use that because that stands out a bit more than the mesh. Oh cool, I love the mesh ribbon, but yeah, it doesn't show up as much. If it was going on to the Starry Sky, it would be all right, but it's going on to the white, so I'm going to put this across like so. Gold. You want gold on it? Oh, but I've got my silver bling here, Cheryl, and I got gold on this one. I'm going to go against the odds because I've already golded one card. I'm going to go against the odds and do this one. Sorry, Cheryl. Don't mean to go against you. I tell you what, I can recreate it again and do a gold one. How about that? And I'll post both up on my blog or on my Facebook page, and you can choose which one you like. How about that? Okay, so that's that. Okay, Silver. I promise I'll make a gold one. Okay, I have one lady that comes to my classes. Well, she's had to get over herself because she didn't like gold. And Christmas time became a real challenge with my card classes with her. But she's gotten over herself now and she will accept gold. So I tell you why I wanted to go with silver. That was because I have so many of the, where are they? Of the silver festive pearls. I keep using all the other colours but silver, and I thought I've got to start using the silver up, otherwise I'll have so many. I'll have like packets left over with just silver on them. There we go. So that is all together. Okay, let's do a little bow. Now, I put the bow on my sample card over on the left because I was going to put the sentiment down the bottom, but then I thought it was a bit too busy all down the bottom. Hi, Colette. How's your doggy? How's Buddy? Is he home from the vet? Hope he's okay. So, yeah, I put it over on the left because I was going to do that down here, but I think I might put this one in the center and see how we go. We'll get our glue dots and And I shall put that in the center, like so. I think I want that smaller. So then I don't want my tails quite as long either. Okay, and I am going to also, where's my little pokey tool here? I'm going to put another glue dot underneath just to secure the ribbon and the bow a little bit better. Okay, so as I said, here are all my silver pearls, Cheryl, that I have left over. So I'm just putting them in amongst my shell tree. So this one's got more than the 3 or 5 rule, but I figure let's just break the rules. Return today with gastro. Oh, poor little buddy. Yeah, I saw that he'd gone back to the vet today. I hope he'll be okay. That's probably from the diet that he's had to go on with the pancreatitis. Once you get the diet all sorted out, he should be okay. Okay, so that's my silver pearl, Cheryl. So let's find, where's my little 1/2-inch strip? Here it is. Okay, so for my sentiment, I went to another stamp set in the annual. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. As I said to you last night in a message, Colette, cavoodles apparently are quite prone to pancreatitis. My dear little Rosie is fine. She's, touch wood, hasn't got anything like that. But yeah, quite often they can live a long and happy life with it monitored and being on a strict diet. So try not to stress too much, honey bun. Okay, so I'm going to use Peaceful Deer, and I'm going to use the Merry Christmas out of Peaceful Deer. And I've got my little punch here. So I'm going to use this rounded end. And it's horrible when the little doggies are so sick though. Okay, so that's that, and I'll get my very juicy Starry Sky ink pad back in. And Colette knows not to stand your ink pads on their sides or on their ends, don't you? So I'm just going to stamp it. So this is another photopolymer stamp set, so it's really good because you can see what you're doing. So I was going to come home after the eye specialist and do some cooking and stuff, and I was going to make chocolate spiders, just the chocolate spiders that you make with the Chang fried noodles. And well, opened a packet of noodles, tipped them all in my melted chocolate, and the noodles were stale. Not a happy girl. Not happy at all. So I had to throw it all out. So yeah, I wasn't very happy about that. Yeah, so this is how I use these label banner punches. So you saw what I did with the little offcut. I measured sort of the same, so I get the same gap, and it's 1/2 inch wide, this one. So I just make sure that it's straight. Sometimes the smaller ones can go a little bit crooked when they go in. Okay, so there's my little banner, my little, now should I be brave? Watch me ruin it. No, that's got rich razzleberry on it. I don't want rich razzleberry, that would be ugly. I get very anxious when it's a really juicy ink pad. Very, very anxious. Okay. Okay, just tweak it. I did this sentiment 5 times because I couldn't get the daubering right. So sometimes that happens. So that shall do. And get rid of this. It is a good punch. I love these punches. So you do 1/2 inch strip, 3/4 of an inch strip, or a 1 inch strip. So, and you've got 2 styles. This one's got a rounded end and this one's got the flat end. So technically you've got 6 punches in one. So it's $40 in the annual catalogue, but that's pretty good when you're getting like 6 different options. And yeah, I really love it. So you just cut your strips of cardstock to the size you want, 1/2, 3/4, or an inch. Easier doing it imperial because centimeters, it's, you know, like, I don't know. Well, I don't know, it's just too tricky. But yeah, I love those banner punches. The other one has got the flagging and the point, that, you know, like the diamond end. They're great. Love them. Okay, so I'm going to do it up like this. So I'm going to get my scraps. Your favourite colour, Starry Sky. I didn't know that. That's a bit interesting, Colette. I didn't know it was your favourite colour. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of dimensional down the bottom here. And I've cut these in strips. This is the leftovers of the small dimensionals. And I've just cut them in strips, just like so, just to go along like that, because then I can butt it up like so. You could put a bit of snail or something, glue, oh, I wouldn't use glue, because glue can go everywhere on smaller pieces of cardstock. So I'm going to do so, like so. And there you have, I will get my card insert. It's not Night of Navy, it's Starry Sky. It's one of the new, well, it's not so new now, but it's one of the new in colours, Colette. It's very different to Night of Navy when you look at it. Can you see the difference? This has got a more purple tinge. But when they're not together, you sort of think they're quite similar. And my piece of cardstock was going this way, so I just went with it. That's what was cut up on the cardstock rack, so I thought that'll do. So what have we learnt today, girls? We've learnt there's 2 sides to every piece of cardstock. And then if you muff up one side, turn it over and do it again. We've learnt that Cheryl would have preferred gold bling, so I'll recreate this now off camera in gold, and I'll put both of them up and see which one gets the likes. You've got Starry Sky, I'm pretty sure, Colette. So yeah, so that's my... You right there, Rosie? You've got a little cough. That's my card and a cuppa. Oh look, I've got my cuppa and I haven't even had any. My black tea. I won't show you my mug, because if I do tip my mug, it'll go all over the cards. But it says Merry Christmas. So that's my card and a cuppa for this afternoon. And that was using Friends Are Like Seashells from the annual catalogue. A non-Christmas stamp set. And I've just used the Peaceful Deer Merry Christmas for the sentiment. It's just a bit different and very simple. And as I said, if you don't have all the have an cut emboss machine to emboss a background matting piece, just use a nice soft piece of designer series paper that you might have, like a very pale sort of one that's not going to take over the card. That would work for your background matting piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you're all well. I hope little buddy's doing okay, Colette. Is he home now? Or is he still at the vet? I can't remember what you said. Let me scroll back up. Is he home resting? Oh, he's home. Good. Glad. I hope he goes okay and he recovers well. And I hope everybody else has a great rest of the day. A fantastic weekend, last weekend before Christmas. I think I'm pretty organised. I think I'm sorted. I might go and wrap a few, no, actually, I've only got one more present to wrap, so I think I'll go and wrap the last present, and maybe I'll make my son his Christmas cake this afternoon. I might do that. So I hope you all have a great rest of the day and a great weekend. Thanks for watching, ladies, and I'll see you on Monday for my Make It Monday. Bye for now.